All right, good evening. How are you doing over there? My name is Luke Davis from Agape Media, and I want to welcome you officially. This is our video production class, and we are going to be using Adobe Premiere Pro. So, if at all you've not yet installed your software, please just make sure you do that very fast because we are not going to wait for you. But otherwise, you're welcome. Now, without wasting time, I want us to dive into video editing, but a little bit of the video editing before we go on. I think if you have not yet read through the notes, let me just say this: video editing is really so good. It's very important. You can apply it in your work, and it's something that is so broad that you can apply at a basic level, and or you can take it up to the professional level. Now, one beautiful thing here is that we are using a professional software. So meaning you can stop at the basic level if you want to use your production skills for doing basic editing. But you can also take it as far as professional level. For example, movie editing, VFX and all those other effects. And the beautiful thing about it again is that we are going to talk about all these things. So without wasting time, ladies and gentlemen, let us go to Adobe Premiere Pro. Wow, this is something that I love so much and I love doing it. Now, when you open Adobe Premiere Pro CS6, by default, this is what it brings to you. This window, this is what it brings, okay? And once it brings you that window, don't be scared, okay? So we can just start right away from this welcome window by creating a new project. If you have done some projects before, you'll go to open project, and the recent projects that you've done will always display at this point. But since we are all starting new, so let us create a new project. So let's continue. Now, there are these basic settings that we might have to adjust, and I'll explain them later, but for now, let's just go ahead. Let's not adjust anything. I think, yeah, I've explained in the notes, but I can still explain again. But what I want you to change is the location of the file. You can change from here, click browse, then you select where you want your video to go. So let me put mine on desktop, then I will click select folder. So everything I will do, the video will always go to desktop. And the file name, I can change the file name. Let's change it to Agape. Alright, Agape Media. Here we go, Agape Media. So once I'm done with that, I'll just go ahead and click OK. Now, this is what it will bring for us. Still more settings for us to do, the sequence settings. But for now, just keep it to standard 48 kilohertz. Just keep it to that. I'm going to explain more of this. And then the sequence name, you can name the sequence, but why should I waste time? It's just a sequence. So I'll just go with the sequence 01. But if you want to rename, you can rename it the way you want. So let me just go ahead and click OK. Now, once you click OK, it is going to bring for you the default windows of Premiere Pro. Yeah, it's taking its time. There we go. There we go. Now, that's the default window of Premiere Pro. And if you check through our notes, we try to talk about the basics of video editing, and one thing I want to let you know is don't worry about the windows, don't worry about the things that you're seeing, because it looks really messy. It looks so complicated, like people are working on CCTV control room. Come on, relax. This is going to be very beautiful, and we are going to explore all these tools that you can see. So right away, let us introduce ourselves to the windows. Now we have the main window, what we call the main window or the main panel, what you're seeing, the all screen. And in this main window, we also have 4 other windows or 4 other panels. We have this, what we call the source panel or the source window, the program window, the timeline or the sequence window. Then we also have this one, the project window. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, you can change them, okay, depending on what you want. Now, this is Adobe Premiere Pro CS6. You may use a different version, for example, Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2019, 2020, 2021. And it might look a little bit different, but don't worry, the basics are all the same, okay? So let's go ahead and check under Windows. Let's see the different windows we can have. We can always change these windows from here. You click Window, then you go to workspace. Now all these are workspaces. You can choose any you want, from here up to here. Now from here you'll create a new workspace, design it according to what you want, but I wouldn't wish you to go there. It's too advanced. If you are not advanced, please just go with what Adobe has created for you. Now when we choose audio workspace, now this is it. You'll see if you're dealing with only audio, mostly audio, you might want to change your workspace or your windows to look like this, so that you can see a lot of things about audio presets, audio transitions, and what all the things about audio it will be displaying. Let's go ahead, let's check another. We have another one, color correction. If you're going to do a lot of color correction in your video, you want to change the colors, a lot of brightness, a lot of coldness, sorry, we're going to explain those terms, a lot of warmness in your video. We shall learn how to edit that, but it's always advisable that you choose the color correction window. We also have the editing window. So this is by default the editing window. When you open Premiere Pro CS6, it will always open to the editing window. So please don't say your work has disappeared or yours is looking different. You can always come and change it from here, because we have also for effects here, so you can choose whatever you want. Now let us go back to editing. That is what I want us to do, where I want us to start from. So let us introduce ourselves to some of these windows. First of all, let us start with the project window here. Now the project window this is where your default project will come. Okay, when you're doing a project, for example, we created our new project and we called it Agape, as you can see. Now this is project Agape, and under project Agape we have sequence 1, but we can always bring those footages and audios and everything and photos that we're going to use and work with. We always bring it to the project window here. Under project window we have the project itself. We also have the media browser, which allows you to open your PC and check whatever it's inside. We also have the informations, info table. Everything will always display here. Now we can always click from here to see more options. Either we can undock the panel. Okay, now to undock, when you undock means you are able to move it around because it has been undocked. Okay, so that is what happened. Sorry, that's what happens whenever we undock these panels. Okay, so now what do we use the project window for? The project window, we basically use it for importing our media, for storing our media, getting the details about our media. Sorry, I mean those items that we are going to use in photography. We call it raw objects. And even in videography, we call it raw objects. So it can be a footage, so it will be raw footage. If it's a photo, it will be raw photo. Being raw means it's not yet ready, means it's not yet been cooked. So it's definitely raw. You have not edited anything onto it. So in this window, we shall be playing around with those raw things. Okay. Now this is the source window, and under source window, we can always have the source, the source. Now in this source here, this is for previewing before we start editing. If we get a footage here and we want to start editing, we always first preview it here. We also have the effects control panel. We shall learn how to use that. We have the audio mixer. We also have the metadata. All this are under the source window. We can also have options of undocking from this side. We can always check it from there. Now let us leave that as that, and we come to the program window. Or this program window is the main window. It's the window that shows or that displays the final work. It's a preview window for the final work happening. Unlike here, what we call the sequence window or the timeline window, this timeline window, it is where we are able to check the timeline, because as you can see, this is time. Okay, time against resources. So timeline. Okay, we shall be playing around with the time and so on and so forth. So basically, those are some of the windows. Now between these, we have these tools. Now these tools can shift from here and come up here depending on the window you're using. For example, if we change it to color correction, you see these tools which were here, they have shifted and come here. So don't cram that it has to be somewhere here, but it will always move around, and we shall learn how to use all those tools. Okay, now without wasting time, let us try to start up our project. We have already learned how to open up a new project, to create a new project, and we have already created it. Now let us go ahead and import some footages or some raw data that we're going to use in video editing. So there are about 3 options you can use, 3 ways to import this. The first one is you come to file, click file, then you click on import. After clicking on import, then you can locate your video or whatever you're going to bring. All right, let's say if you're going to use this photo in your video editing, then you click open, then it will import it. Now this one is showing because it's the bit depth, the settings does not match, but don't worry about that. We're going to correct that. So that's what you do. That's option 1. You go to file, then import. Okay, option number 2, you bring your cursor to this window, this project window, then you right click. Okay, then you click on import. Still it will take you to the same thing. And the final option, you minimize this, then you click on your photo or your video or whatever audio that you want to edit, then you drag it there to that window. After dragging, then you release and leave it there. Okay, now that is what happens. That's what you do if you want to import. So let me delete this photo, please. It's not allowed to be there. Okay, now those are the 3 options we can use to import. So let us go ahead and import some video. So I'm going to use this option. I will right click, then import. Then I will look for some videos. Let me see if I have some videos. I normally keep videos on my drive, and my drive is not connected. Okay, what do we have? Yeah, back those days when I was in high school, there was this particular day and it was a beautiful one. People were striking and me, I was a coward. So I had to just, have fun with my friends. So let us work on that video. Now, that is the video. So as you can see, I've already imported this video. It's already on my timeline. You can always import as many as possible, or you can import multiple videos or footages at once. All you have to do is just select them all together and import. For example, I can do that. I can click import, then I click this, I click control and alt so that I can select multiple ones. After selecting multiple ones, I can click open. So it will import all these videos at once without wasting time. So that is it. So I'm going to delete these ones because I don't need them. I don't need this one. Also don't need this one. I don't need this one. So let me just remain with this photo and this video. Now we are done with importing. Now let us try to see how the source window works. We said the source window is for it's for previewing. So if we want to preview to make sure this is the right video that we have started with, we double click. Upon double clicking, it will just jump and come to the source window. So we can use this indicator. Sorry about that. Let me try to adjust my volume. Let me adjust my volume. Okay. All right, let me adjust my volume. I think my volume is off now because it was too loud. So I can use this indicator to move around and see which part of the video I want, or if it's the right video. Remember, I can't edit from here. This is just for previewing. Okay. Now this video, if I want to edit, I'll bring it to this window. So I'm just trying to introduce you or to show to you how this window works. Don't worry, I'm going to also explain to you how to import these videos, how to do all the things that I'm doing. But for now, I'm just trying to introduce you to the different windows. Now, another window is what we call the program window. We said this is the main window. So it is showing us now whatever we edit from here. Now this is the timeline where we edit from. And as you can see, the upper one is the video, then this downer one is the audio for that particular video. As you can see from here, it is V or V1. This is A1. So it means video 1, audio 1. We also have video 2, audio 2. Audio 3 is also there. We also have video 3 up there. So we can have from video 3, video 4. So we call those ones tracks. Those are different tracks of videos and audios. Remember, each audio comes with each audio track comes with its video track, but does not mean that necessarily each video should have its own audio. So just take note of that. So this is what we are trying to say. All the things that we'll do from here, it will preview itself up here in the program window. So that's what we call the program window, or the preview window, the final preview window. Whatever we do, it comes here. Now we have some tools here. For example, these tools, and most of them we already know. This is play, stop, toggle. We can use the space button. That's the shortcut. Now the one more thing I like about these softwares is whenever you bring the cursor onto it, it will even give you the name of the procedure or the name of the icon or of the step or the tool. So this should not be hard for you. So in case you've forgotten something, just bring the cursor onto it. Don't press it. The computer will automatically show you the name. All right, let us introduce some of these some of these tools. Okay, yeah, let's introduce some of these tools, but in our next video. For now, I want us to first take a short break, and when we come back, we shall look into details more of these tools that we have here, these tools and all these icons. We shall introduce ourselves to it. So for today, we are not going to do serious editing, but we are just going to understand how Premiere Pro works. Make sure you go through your notes, because most of the things I'm speaking about are already in the notes that I sent in the group. But for now, let's take a short break, and when we return, we shall be looking at more of the tools that we have in Adobe Premiere Pro. My name is Luke Davis from Agape Media, and if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go on Facebook, like our Facebook page, Agape Media Uganda. You can also reach to us on WhatsApp on 0393 194 200. Okay, let's meet in our next video.